Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is December 12th, 2025, and here are the top cryptocurrency news stories. We'll start today's episode from our own countries and turn to America's Republicans who are not happy with CBDC. Specifically, a group of Republicans criticized the House of Representatives' refusal to pass a massive defense spending bill on Wednesday, which omitted a ban on US CBDC despite promising to include it. A third-party proposal to add a ban on CBDC had already been introduced, which was removed from the bill, but it did not move forward and was not submitted to the House of Representatives because it did not contain it. So these are the latest developments regarding the US CBDC. Moving on, we will now go to Belarus, where we learned that it blocked several well-known exchanges such as Bybit, Bitget, OKX, Gate.io, HTX, and others. The reason for this is that many exchanges issued inappropriate advertisements under Article 511 of the Law on Information of the Mass Media. This is what Belarus says. However, others claim that Russia restricts cryptocurrencies, so Belarus follows suit. It seems to be a somewhat special relationship than it sounds. Continuing with our countries, we will go to Solana Breakpoint, which is taking place these days, on the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th of this month. As you can understand, today's episode will be dedicated to Solana and the developments on it. So with what we have said, let's see what is happening with Solana. We'll start with Coinbase, which brings access to the entire Solana ecosystem in a very easy way. Specifically, Coinbase now allows its users to trade across the entire Solana ecosystem and all Solana tokens through a unified centralized and decentralized exchange without registration. The exchange noted this, adding that very soon you will be able to open the Coinbase app and buy Solana crypto directly within Coinbase. To make it even simpler, think of all the coins that are on Solana. You'll be able to open the Coinbase app in a moment and trade them without necessarily having to have those coins listed on Coinbase. We don't know what the requirements are for that to happen, like how liquid these coins need to be able to use them on Coinbase. So Coinbase wants to fully integrate into the Solana ecosystem and enable easy trading of coins. Moving on to Solana, we'll also mention Bhutan, which is circulating gold on Solana. Specifically, Bhutan launched a digital gold token on Thursday, the latest move in the country's multi-year blockchain adoption. It issued TER as a government token on the Solana blockchain, with each token representing physical gold held in custody. So gold tokenization on Solana. Meanwhile, JP Morgan is also doing this debt tokenization on Solana. A little more specifically in this case, Coinbase and Franklin Templeton bought Galaxy Digital's debt tokens in a historic transaction executed on the Solana blockchain. JP Morgan has arranged a commercial bond offering for a subsidiary of Galaxy Digital Holdings in one of the first bond issues ever executed on a public blockchain. A tokenized version of Galaxy's short-term corporate debt that was created by JP Morgan through Solana to facilitate the transaction. So there is also debt on the Solana network. Moving on to the latest news on Solana, we'll get back to tokenization, which as you can see is very popular as we've been saying in crypto news. So we're going to Keel, which is a distributed on-chain fund of the Sky ecosystem, which is obviously focused on Solana and which has launched a $500 million campaign to attract real-world assets, RWA, to the network as part of a broader effort to grow Solana's footprint in the decentralized finance space. So to put it simply, there will be a competition aimed at attracting tokenization, and whoever is the best will be able to get a share of that $500 million to develop their idea on Solana, which will focus on tokenization to make Solana stronger in this space, which as I said is already in vogue. And finishing with Solana, we'll go to a company that dared to sell BTC, Satsuma Technology, which reminds me of a Chashuma food, which is a technology company founded in the UK and focused on the Bitcoin network, and sold 579 BTC out of the 1,199 BTC it owns, making $53.2 million. The reason for this sale is unknown. All we know is that it did. And for the latest news of the day, we'll go to Kwon, who was found guilty and sentenced to 15 years in prison instead of the 5 he wanted for the destruction of the $40 billion Terra Luna. We all remember this. Let's just say that the price of Terra Luna has dropped by 23% in the last 24 hours since this news. So another story comes to an end for the cryptocurrency market, and we'll go to the cryptocurrency market itself, where Bitcoin is at $92,000, struggling to break this resistance. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, December 12th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone, and have a good day.